Feeling good, we're going dancing it. Stop! Oh my god, guys, it's fine. It's fine, I get it. I'm just as surprised as all of you guys are. I had no idea gay men came in this color.
Yeah.
I know! I thought we all looked like Neil Patrick Harris too! I was in the washroom earlier, I looked in the mirror, I was like, what? We can do that? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I know we're in Rockville. I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret I learned in Toronto. Gay men don't have ethnicities. We just come in 8 designer shades. They are peach cream, peaches and cream, English lace, Malibu summer, Ryan Murphy presents, special snowflake, and sorry, I don't date Indians. I know, it must suck to hear that. So based on that reaction, I think we can all agree that the worst feeling in the world is when you realize the guy who dicked you for a second is a racist. Am I right, ladies? You know, you're at the hookup, you want to leave, he wants to cuddle, you're like, I'll throw you another bone, and you're lying there, and he goes, yeah, didn't think this was going to work out at first because your picture looked a little Middle Eastern, but this is fine. Yeah. It's funny you should mention that, Josh. I was actually just looking at your penis and thinking, because you're uncircumcised, your hooded white dick looks like a member of the KKK. This is fine. You guys seem like you're doing really well based on that reaction. I'm really excited to be here, and that's my acting diploma at work right there. I'm sorry. Listen, I was really excited to be back here, but like, I loved being in Toronto, I loved performing in Toronto, I loved being on shows in Toronto, and like, I think we all know why, right? Because we all know that in Rockville, the queer scene is random hate crimes. That's how you know the queers are there, just some guy in a truck yelling, faggot! You're walking home from a Walmart with your groceries, you're like, another one, where? I'll tell you guys a little bit about myself. When I'm not pleasuring racists, I am a lifeguard, which surprises a lot of people because I look more like a pool noodle than an actual lifesaver. People see me at the pool, they're like, is that guy there to guard lives or hype up a car dealership? Neither, historically. I don't have a whole lot of complaints about my job, guys. I do get paid to sit. It's a pretty sweet gig. There is hope after college. No, it's good. If I was allowed to do cocaine, I'd be a provincial premier. Is it too soon for that joke? Okay, cool. No, I don't have a whole lot of complaints. Listen, I've been a lifeguard for 7 years, guys. I think once you've done anything for a long enough period of time, every little thing will start to piss you off about it. So I guard a lot of morning lane swims. For those of us who don't know what a morning lane swim is, it is a recreational program where senior citizens gather in a public pool and do their best impression of a drowning person while making racist comments with lifeguards. If I had a nickel for every time a woman named Eileen has told me she's lived in this country her entire life and then walked away, I'd have $14. But it's my job to guard this syndication of synchronized swimming senior citizens. And the other morning I was guarding one of these, and this old man swims underneath me, and he looks up at me and goes, "Excuse me," and he was British, that's not like a choice that I made, but he wasn't. He goes, "Excuse me, could you please turn the music down?" And I just went, "Die! Die!" Until he left. I don't want you to get the wrong idea. I mean, it's not just seniors that I don't like working with. I also teach a lot of preschool classes, so I work with the worst species of human, say with no children. Exactly. I was guarding one of these the other day, and this kid just puked on me. Just ralphed all over my shirt, and then the bastard looked at it, looked back at me, wiped his face, and then grinned to show me he knew what he was doing. So the next week I just peed on him. Okay, and not in like a criminal offense kind of way. I knew when his class was about to start, so right before I ran into the office, Juno style, down 2 liters of Sunny D, and then I got in the pool, and just let go. And then I was like, all right, buddy, we're gonna do bobs. You go first. Another surprising thing about me, I am in a relationship. People are into public urination and elder abuse. There is hope for all of us. We did meet in real life and not on like a dating app, so like, do I think I'm better than you? Yes. Should you think I'm better than you? Probably not, because I say met, I do mean trapped. Like, it's a classic move, everyone's done this before. We were in bed, hooking up, mid-thrust, I just stopped him and was like, so what are we? We've been happily married ever since, guys, it works. It works. I will say that it's like a newish kind of relationship, so I have like a lot of anxiety. Like, anyone here in a relationship? Yeah? How long have you been together?
2.5 years.
2.5? What's your secret? Go find your Prince Charming. That's beautiful. Are you sure you found your Prince Charming? Because I was, alright, cool. Do you have this thing where like, there's like a laundry list of things you could do to just torpedo the whole thing? And you just have to remind yourself not to? Is this not relatable content? Alright, look, I'm gonna say this. Imagine you're waiting for a train. Like we've all waited, like you're at the train station, you're on the platform, and a kid runs in front of you on the yellow part. And you're like, I could just do it. Kid, you wouldn't be able to stop me, I could just push him. That's kind of how I feel about my relationship. You know, like I don't want to push it in front of a train. I just have to actively remind myself not to. You know, in opposition to all that, we are in a good place. We actually just got back from a trip to Iceland, which is really cool. Just flew in from Iceland, and boy, are my arms tired from being randomly selected and sponsored. I don't know why they call it random at this point. I think it's like my friends are always telling me, of course, like once is random, twice is coincidence, more than 7 times you're being oversensitive. Listen, I don't know how relatable this is in this show, room, city, whatever. It's kind of a weird time to be a brown person. You know, like no one really knows what to do with us. There's like any TSA agent ever who's ever said, congratulations, you've been randomly selected. There's my friend Josh, you remember, who's not into Indians but took one for the team anyways. There's a girl who came up to me after a show and was like, oh, you're not supposed to say Indians anymore, the correct term is indigenous. She's not wrong, of course. The correct term for someone indigenous to India is colonized. But it is a weird time to be a brown person, but also like I feel like I'm doing better than most because of my white features. That's the thing. That was the thing I've been told. My parents told me from a very young age, Brendan, you're lucky because you have white features, which is a fucked up thing to say to a 4-year-old. Guys. That's like for a number of reasons, of course. Like 4 is just like too young to introduce a child to all their wasted potential. But for another thing, like if you tell a child who's not white that they have white features, they're going to spend the rest of their life looking for those features. And I feel like at this point it was kind of like the embodiment of that when you ordered online versus when it arrives meme. Like my parents wanted me to have like white cheekbones, they ended up looking like third world starvation. Oh, I know, it's hard for all of us, we're all in this together. No, I spent most of my life looking for them, and I think I found them. I think my teeth are pretty white. I got white teeth. I think I have a white soul. Sorry, souls, I have white souls. Other white features, my reluctance to talk to taxi drivers. It's pretty white. I do get it, I am fairly ethnically ambiguous. Like looking at me, you wouldn't know at first which part of the East I come from. And so I have this theory that the best way to tell someone's ethnicity is to see how they respond to someone else's ethnicity. Wow, let's pretend I can speak English for a second. See how they respond to someone else's ethnicity. Cool. Like if you tell a white person that you're Indian, and you always have to tell a white person, because if you don't, they will ask. Every time. But if you tell a white person you're Indian, they always say the same thing. They're always like, oh my god, I love butter chicken. Listen, here's the thing. Butter chicken's not Indian, as far as I'm concerned. Butter chicken was invented by a Punjabi restaurant owner in 1950. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom took place in 1930. As far as I'm concerned, anything that was invented in India more than a decade after Indiana Jones fought Molarama, the Temple of Doom, is not Indian, because at that point your chicken's not been marinating in buttercream, it's been marinating in over a century of British colonialism. I know, but you still get white people being like, oh my god, this plate of like white meat and tomatoes totally aligns my chakras. The max. Okay. I feel like I had you guys on board at the top of this set, and then I lost a couple, yeah? I don't want there to be any misconceptions about my comedy, so for the record, for any white people who were offended by my jokes tonight, I want to make it very clear, I'm not personally targeting you. You were all just randomly selected. Thank you so much!